the groundskeeper there. He'd do repairs. He was like the handyman contractor on site. And we were like, how do we work together? How do we put, these skills together? I'm on the real estate side, you're on the contractor side. And we're like, screw this. We'll just start creating our own inventory. We're not going to beg people to accept our offers anymore. Our clients, they got burnt out trying to submit multiple offers on, looking for 2-3 months at a time without any success. And it's not that we're terrible agents. It's just, you can't compete with $100,000 or $200,000 over asking.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is a single family and residential investor in Southern California. Please welcome Victor Ortiz. Victor, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Dylan? Thank you for having me today.
It's great to have you on here. I'm doing well. I always like to start off at the top of these shows by asking guests how they got into the real estate space.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. What would you like to know? Where do we start?
What was your entry point in? Did you have family? Did you have friends? Was it a Google search? How did you get into real estate?
It's a very funny question, but I'm a first generation realtor pretty much, I believe. So in the family, I had a older brother that was in the lending game. We're talking, I'm going to take you back, quite a bit. I'm going to age myself right now, but around 2005, this really cool bank was expanding, business was booming, refinances, personal lines of credit or whatnot. They were hiring emerging markets, account executives. So I happened to stumble on the opportunity to work for a bank, and that exposed me to the mortgage and lending side of things for the Hispanic and Latino community here in California, Southern California, and specifically here in the areas of Riverside County, San Bernardino, and Los Angeles. And through that's kind of what paved the way for me to, get my feet wet with the whole mortgage and eventually coming over to the real estate side. Once the market tanked in 2008, I ended up going to distressed markets, short sales, keeping folks in their homes, or, negotiating deed and lose or whatnot, a little bit of everything. So that we learned the hard way, during those times. And that's kind of what pushed me towards the real estate side of things. And I took a break between 2012 and 2015, and I've been doing it since 2015. I got licensed, and I've been on the real estate side. And yeah, it's been an adventure. Every year is different.
I want to ask you about some of those pivots. I think really a hallmark of an effective real estate operator is being able to make these pivots, starting off in the lending space, mortgage space, right? Conventional side, it sounds like, the pre-2008 crash, pre-Dodd-Frank mortgage space seemed like the wild, wild west.
Whole different world.
It
Yeah.
seemed like there's a lot of fast and free money, and then once that happened, you saw a big drop off. But you stayed in the real estate space. Did you, frankly, did you think at any point in time, wow, this is kind of a disaster, maybe I got to go look elsewhere? Or did you love real estate so much you're like, I'm going to make this work? It might not be in mortgages right now, but let me see what else I can do.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, we hit a wall. I remember my good friend that I grew up with at the time. He was also in the mortgage industry in the Valley, San Fernando Valley, and he's like, "Oh, forget the banks. They're closing doors. We're still, we're thriving here. Come join us, the broker world." So I'm like, "Okay, I might consider that." And sure enough, I did that. And within a week or two, beautiful office space, high rise, building, whatever. They shut their doors within 2 weeks that I made the move to them. So, nothing was safe at the moment. And it was like the
Yeah.
Wild West just came to a complete halt. I got to experience, well-established brokers losing their automobiles, losing their homes. I mean, it was just a very, very, a big eye opener for us, as just a reminder that we can have it all and it could all be gone tomorrow if we don't make the right moves. So with that,
100%. I want to ask you about the getting into the realty side. And also, you mentioned distress, the distress space. This is the space that I come from. I come from
yeah,
foreclosure, probate issues, divorce, death, distress in the home,
all
right?
the good
Borderline
stuff. Yeah, yeah,
unlivable,
yeah.
right? And it sounds like you were involved in that space. What was that like?
Um, well, remember we're coming in. This is new to us at the time. We're coming in from Bush administration and into the Obama administration era, and there was a lot of WTF going on. Nobody knew what was next. Banks are crashing. Mortgage companies are closing doors. We're talking about countrywide. All the big companies at the time.
Yeah.
Uh, Brokers are going to jail. It was real. It got really real. It got really ugly. So at the time, our clients that were perfect subprime targets at the time that purchased these bad loans or crazy mortgages, prior to the crash, well, they came back to us and said, "Well, hey, I'm sitting on this $1 million home I can no longer afford. My business is dried up. I need an exit strategy." So through that, we were like, okay, well, now we were working for the banks. Now we got to work against the banks in a way to, save our clients and help them have an exit strategy. Bottom line, that's kind of where our creative, juices started flowing, within myself and the brokerage that I was at the time. We went from originating mortgages to helping people, bailing people out pretty much. And that's where
Wow.
we got creative. There was no home affordable programs from Obama yet. This is later on, once, he came into office, where
Yeah.
they rolled out all these modifications. We started pre-modification. There was no such thing. There was no conversations about it. We kind of just pieced the information together, and we put these proposals in place for the banks before they had loss mitigation departments or anything of that nature set up. So
So these were
we
like
started in the very early age.
creative I'm trying to I'm grasping at words here, creative mortgage strategies, creative ways to help people either
Exit
stay in
strategy.
their home or yeah.
Correct. Modifications before there was even such a department for it. We were, pretty much like the guinea pigs at the time, trying to, find a
Yeah.
solution to keep people in their homes, negotiate some type of forbearances, negotiate modifications. that were sustainable, something that was going to hold for these families. They were already in bad financial situations. Not just the mortgage alone. You got to remember the job market's dried up.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I mean, everything from the landscaper to, the local contractors lost a lot of work at the time. It was a crash. It was a big crash. So, yeah, we had to get creative and come up with these, ideas to help our families. And truth be told, a lot of these families just didn't need to have these properties to begin with. They bought too much, just because there were introductory rates and arms and, option arms and all this crazy stuff they should have never had.
Yeah.
And unfortunately and fortunately, we went through it, so we can help them, exit with some kind of grace, some kind of, money in place for cash or keys or something
Yeah.
at the time, if it didn't make sense. Yeah.
I want to pivot a bit here, Victor, and ask you about the Wolf Homes that you're currently involved in, and then also
Yes.
too, you've been involved in several different asset classes and deal structures. Wolf Homes is involved in the investment side. Uh, do you
Correct.
guys have a specific asset class? Is it single family fix and flip, ground up construction, a little bit of everything, small multifamily? What's your niche?
Right now, we've been doing, well, roughly, I'll tell you a little background about that. What kind of pushed me in that direction. We're talking 2019, 2020. We saw what COVID did to the market. The market just
Yeah.
got really crazy here in Southern California. People are getting outbid 100,000, 200,000 over asking price on these homes. So it was hard to compete. So out of frustration, me and my brother, he used to work the grounds at the VA. He was the groundskeeper there. He'd do repairs. He was like the handyman contractor on site. And we were like, how do we work together? How do we put, these skills together? I'm on the real estate side, you're on the contractor side. And we're like, screw this. We'll just start creating our own inventory. We're not going to beg people to accept our offers anymore. Our clients, they got burnt out trying to submit multiple offers on, looking for 2, 3 months at a time without any success. And it's not that we're terrible agents. It's just, you can't compete with 100 or $200,000 over asking. So
Right.
that's kind of what made us pivot or go that direction. As far as Wolf Homes, I pretty much started Wolf Homes from the ground up with that idea that we would never beg for another offer acceptance. And if we had to, it would be on our own inventory that we would
Mm.
be making decisions on with our own partners. Right. So that's kind of what pushed me that way. And we've been, I've built a handful of successful investors. And lately, in the last couple of years, we've noticed a shift in that. There's more female entrepreneurs, shout out to them because they're doing great. That they are the risk takers nowadays. They're the ones that have the capital. And I see kind of
Yep.
like a leveling as far as the playing field right there, where you're seeing a lot more female entrepreneurs coming on board. So with Wolf Homes LLC, I'll tell you, the quick and dirty, we help our clients build their corporations from the ground up. I'm talking new investors, seasoned investors. We'll build out their corporations, connect them with the in lines of credit, connect them with the contractors, whether they're building, adding on, if it's a traditional, fix and flip. Uh, we are a one-stop shop, and we even have a wholesale division that provides the
Hmm.
inventory as well. So that's kind of what separates us a bit, from the other guys in the area that'll just sell you a listing. We're going to help you get financed for it. We're going to help you get your corporation articles, everything in place for you. And at the same time, we're going to help you build it out so you don't have to search anywhere else for it. So I like to pride myself with that. We're pretty much a one-stop shop for new investors. And, like I said, whether you want a JV or have more seasoned investors that want to partner up, but our focus is mainly fix and flip in underserved areas right now. Affordability is king here in Southern California. You can buy in LA for $500,000 or $1 million for a 2-1, or you can buy San Bernardino, Riverside County, around 500,000, a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, whatever it is. So there is a big
Right.
difference as far as the inventory goes. So, so yeah, our focus right now is fix and flip. We have just traditional SFRs. We have a lot of clients that are coming on board as well that buy. They like to buy and hold. They like to add an ADU to bring more value. So for those type of investors.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So we have a little bit of everything, and now soon, God willing, we'll be going into our development phase. We just launched our Wolf Homes construction, our
Nice.
S corp for that. So we'll be developing in the near future, most likely starting, ADU, second, third units, but going into the multifamily eventually.
It does seem like there's a lot of opportunity with ADUs in
Yeah.
SoCal. I've heard about this. I guess the gearing up for what is it, the World Cup? Is that right? That's coming out there, and so there's a lot of
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that's always happening. I just think at the end of the day, people are more attracted to the weather here. As crazy as California seems to be, but at the end of the day, affordability. It just comes down to it. Everybody
name
wants
of
to
the
live in
game.
LA, but not everybody can pay to play. So yeah, you have to look at the outskirts of LA.
I want to ask you about the vertical integration for your work with the investors. You've got the wholesale, so you're able to find them deals on off market, right? You're also able to guide them, consult with them in some degree. Once a deal is done, what's your contact with them like? Is that the end of the transaction? Are you in some cases doing management for them, property management? What's the deal cycle like?
Yeah, so I like to focus on what I do best, and we outsource the rest, right? So property management is not my strength. I always refer them to a third party company, make sure they're licensed, bonded, insured, and they'll take care of you. With reputable companies here in the area, almost always they already have their systems in place of who's going to be doing the property management. That's fine. That's not my forte. But at the end of the day, my goal is to build relationships, long term relationships. I have some of my investors that I've been working with, over 5 years. We have now 4 or 5 active corporations in my family alone. From my partner to my brother, my sister-in-law. Everybody's kind of doing it in the family, and
Yeah.
that's what I look to build long-term relationships. And I've had people that come in with good intentions. They learn me and burn me, and they take off with the knowledge and take it somewhere else. And that's okay too. It's a compliment. Although it gets under my skin once in a while, but it's business. You're not always gonna, keep those relationships thriving, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
some people are meant to stay, and some people are meant to just come into your
Good
life
to go.
and do their own thing.
We are coming up on time here, Victor.
Yeah.
Where can folks go if they're in SoCal? They would like your feedback on maybe a deal that they have, or they'd like to reach out to you about a deal that you may have, or how can folks get in contact with you?
You know what? We're big on Instagram. We learned that websites are like, a thing of the past. Nobody really visits them unless, some other stuff. But other than that, our Instagram is pretty active. It's wolfhomes.socal. You can find us there as our handle. I'm an open book. If there's ever anything I can provide as far as here in the Southern California market, or even if it's something that I need to learn outside of state, I'm all for it. We travel to Dallas once a year for, Tom Ferry and things of that nature to network. I just came back from an AI training, not training, a conference for Blueprint in Las Vegas, earlier last month. And we're always learning. We're always seeking new ideas. So, you got an innovator, or you're gonna die in this industry. You have to stay. You know,
Innovator guy.
yeah, innovator die. That's just what it is. You have to stay. You can't get comfortable. And we love to work with people from all, any areas, anything that we need to know and learn or exchange ideas. I'm here for it.
Victor, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
No problem, brother. Thank you for having me. Hope to work with you soon.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.